Hi guys, today we're going to talk about an unbelievable lessons. This, for example, when we are talking to other people, like I'm talking to you. For example, when you're talking but not polite, like no thank you or no thing or maybe no goodbye. So what does it feel like when you didn't talk about that? For example, when somebody say after they give you something, then for example, just that for example, then you give them another things. For example, they're not going to say anything polite to you. So what do you feel? Do you feel that you may feel like sad or maybe angry or maybe that this is wrong. You are making a wrong decisions to give other people something because there are some of the conclusions you might do when you grow up. So this is a lesson you must learn when you have conversations. Everyone have conversations all day with your parents, with your uncles, or even your family or neighbors. So what does it feel like when nobody say polite to you? But first, what is polite? Polite when you say something when people give you something. And say polite like the goodbye or hello or maybe thank you is one of the polite words. When you are want to kind of say something. That was one of the things that are very, very important when you talk to other people. So, for example, when you talk something like trying to knows themselves or knows theirs possibilities or maybe have a conversation about some things. That is the thing that you have to ask when you want to make people talk about themselves. Mostly, lots of people have been trying to know what question do I go next. Mostly, I also have that kind of live too. When I was starting to talk, mostly after saying questions about themselves, what do I go to ask next? So I'm again to answer or ask the same question over and over again. For example, when I say, how old are you? For a few minutes later, I'm also says, how old are you again? So it's feel awkward. Well, you sometimes have to try or kind of like pass out to your awkward moment. When you're, they're starting to get a lot of fun times. The first, when you ask a lot of questions, and then people starting to answer older questions and getting fun. Suddenly, a sudden peace and quiet moment come over you. You feel, I'm awkward. Nothing to talk. I'm quiet and peace. There's almost nothing to drive past. So how can you even do these things? There was a lot of awkward times. You have to go past to it and go straight to what you're going to do. So that was a kind of things that you're going to remember. So how can you get the person deeper into what they're talking about? For example, we are talking about our hometowns. Like, what is your plan for your holidays? When they're finished, like my holidays in the beaches, in Canada or in Australia, after they're talking about that, what are you going to ask next? The most viable question you're going to ask is that you're going to ask why, or why would you like this, or why do you like that, or what's the reasons do you like to go to see the Canada or Australia, or even every kind of countries they are talking about. So the words why or the kind of answer or the question why is make people go deeper to what they are going to talk about. So how can you even do that? Mostly, you want to get people to deeper what they are talking about. I want people to talk more about themselves, more and more. They're getting people to deeper to what they wanted to do or wanted to talk about. So that is one way, but you cannot always says why all the times to mix people. They can also feel so frustrating and stressed that they don't want to talk to you ever. So when you want to mix people, this of the why and how or what is what the reason when you can only use when an important moment that the quiet and peace. You can just Well, for example, when comes to consultant, I am a consultant. So you cannot ask why you're a consultant or how you consultant. Well, you can always ask something different by that. There can also be a lot of awkward moment when you compass to these abilities, because sometimes conversations is important for everyone. Because why the why words and the consultant are mostly everything. We compass to this, and also conversation is the most important thing every day. And if you want people to talk more and be successful as your communications, you have to know which words and how polite you are. Mostly polite is not always mean that you have to talk about important thing in your life. Well, if you want to talk about polite, you talk about polite means that we are talking about unimportant things, just normal things. That is one of the small talk things I'm learning about while talking about this. Now, so then, thank you so much and goodbye, buddy.